Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another event video update here on Golden Hour, or should we call it Bronze Hour? Yeah, that was a terrible joke. I'm not good at jokes. But this event is not very good. So the points, the amount of currency that you get per energy is lower than I expected it to be from my math video. Instead of 8 or 10 to 1, it's 6 to 1. And so that makes a pretty big difference when it comes to the overall milestone point numbers. It also makes a pretty big difference in terms of the amount of shiny coins that we're going to be getting throughout this event. And so the first half of this video, we're going to be looking at the event change, the event updates to the numbers, milestones, expectations, that kind of thing. And then in the second half of the video, we're going to talk about the Shiny Coin Store and what I feel might be the best things that you can do in order to, depending on how hard you're pushing or how many cores you're spending, what you can kind of do to jimmy those numbers to try and get to like 10,000 daily, if that's what you're trying to do. So if you're ready to go, let's boil this down. Okay, so just to just start things off really quickly, like obviously you've probably seen it yourself. The shiny coins are a 6 to 1. So if I spend 20 energy here, I'm gonna get 120 coins. That's a 6 to 1 ratio, right? So I just wanted to kind of verify that and also show that really quick. And it's just not, the numbers are not that good. So let's just dive really quickly into the start of Golden Hour. We're gonna go back to the event charts for Golden Hour, and basically the free claims have now been added in, so that's 500 milestone points daily and 200 shiny coins. So that'll help a little bit, but in the grand scheme of things, you're still going to have to core a lot if you're trying to get to 10,000 coins spent daily. Now, I do want to say that, of course, you are also going to get some shiny coins from the Alliance milestone. However, how many coins that you're actually able to get from Rise of the Planets is really going to depend on how hard your alliance is pushing. So this first 5,000 coins, like I've already claimed this, maybe you have already yourself. This one's pretty easy to do, and you can use this towards day one. It's just that how many times that you're going to be getting 5,000 coins to help kind of add to that 10K possible daily spending on the web milestone is not going to happen all the time. You may get another one of these on like day 2.5, so that might help. But then after that, you're kind of looking at like another set of 5,000, more like day 5. And then maybe, depending on how much progress you make, you might be able to get here to the other 20,000. But that really depends, again, how many of the rest of your alliance members are spending the 10,000 daily, because there's feeder points from the web milestone, which is the spending of the shiny coins to then get more milestone points for this to potentially get more shiny coins. Yeah, it's so convoluted that this is, I don't understand why the web milestone had to go into feeding the alliance milestone. Normally the web milestone feeds into the main milestone, and it's usually individual based, right? So now it's just one convoluted mess where all three of the milestones are kind of like in it together, but a lot of this is really going to depend on what each member of your alliance is spending. So I've already spent 7,500 shiny coins. I did this to buy 50 dark promotion credits, I think, for 7,500. We'll talk about that. And I need to find some way to, and just to keep in mind, I'm spending 600 cores daily. I am trying to compete for the leaderboard. So take what I say with a little bit of grain of salt, because I do have a lot of cores, right? So I don't expect everyone to be able to get to 10,000 coins that spent daily. That being said, what you could do is you could go for some more reasonable total. You could, in fact, go to 7,420 instead of 10,000. It depends on how many miles, because there's 50K gold in there at least. So, if you don't want to quite go all the way to the 10,000, or you're not coring that much daily and you don't think that you're going to be able to keep doing that every single day, that could be an option as well. Or you could do 10K on some days and then do a little bit lower on the others, some combination of that. You'll have to decide, based on what you're planning to do. So unfortunately, I can't tell you that. But anyways, I'm still going under the assumption that, engaged players are going to be able to get to the 20,000 shiny coins from the Alliance milestone. But again, that's going to involve other people contributing into the web milestone to get to that fourth 5,000 shiny coin milestone. So that 1,100 energy that you would normally get for 200 cores daily will get you about 6,650 shiny coins every single day. And then I guess if you add in the free claim, I guess that's like what, almost 7,000. So there is a little bit of a gap of 3,000 daily that you're missing. Like I said, on some days you might be able to kind of include the 5K that you're getting from the Alliance milestone, but that's not going to happen every single day. So you may not have to do like 600 cores every single day, but you're probably going to have to do about, I would say, at least 400 cores daily, maybe a little bit more. Because if you want to be comfortable, I would say you're going to need to spend, you're going to want to get at least an extra 2 to 3,000 coins per day. So just for sake of argument, an extra 3,000, let's say 2,000 divided by 120 is going to mean how many extra refreshes? I mean, no, divided by 6, sorry, for the coins. You need an extra 333 energy. So that's about 3 extra refreshes. So you're probably actually looking at about 500 cores daily in order to actually, make sure that you're clearing the 10,000 coins every single day. And I know that a lot of people are not able to do that. And, I don't blame you. It's just that's what you're going to have to do if you do want to get to the 10,000 coins spent every single day for the web milestone. That's it. So over the 8 days, though, if you're only doing 200 cores daily, you'll still get the event, and that needs to go. You'll still get the event item. Like, that's fine. So the reasonable points total under 6 to 1 by doing all of the other stuff above, you're still going to get to about 80,000 points. The event item 62,000, so you're not going to have a problem there. But that's only going to get you to about milestone 14, which is only about 95 Spider-Man Pavitra shards. So if we just go into the milestone itself there, you can kind of check that out here. What did I say? Yeah, so you're clearing milestone 14, which is going to get you 95 Pavitra shards, but you're not going to get milestone 16, which is the extra 25. So this is a very low yield event in terms of the shards for him. With the free claim, you will get a straight up 100 shards for this, but you won't get anything more than this. And I think this is borderline Iron Patriot. Like, yes, I understand the Pavitra is a 2-star unlock, so at least you'll get them unlocked. But it doesn't feel good that there's really less and less shards given out on these events. We used to be like in the 3.5-star territory, even for better or for worse, for how effed up the Peter B event was and the orb and all that. I still landed on a 4-star Peter B, where I'm nowhere close to getting that with Pavitra. You're just not, and there's no RNG at all, right? People are going to walk away with 95 shards plus the 5 free claim, and that's just how it's going to be. So the only way to push up your score free to play is to spend more campaign energy to get more shiny coins and whatnot, and maybe spend it more for the web milestone so that you can try and compete for the leaderboard if that's something you're looking to do for the 1 to 3%. It's where I'm currently sitting at, but of course this is as of recording, so just take it for a grain of salt as well. I am also doing 600 cores daily. I might be overshooting it, but I want to make sure I hit it. So that's just what I'm personally willing to put down for this event. So let's kind of go back and take a look at the shiny coin store. This is gonna be the second half of the video here, and it's a load of shit. Personally, I think it's crap. So they're selling off a handful of character shards. I'll show you the entire list of what they're offering and sort of what you're gonna get out of it, but it's really not very good. The shards are actually not bad for the older characters, so if you still need those actually have some pretty decent value. But they're selling awakened ability materials for like an exorbitant amount of cost that it's like that you can get 10 for 8K or you can get like 50 for 40K. It's like, why? Who the hell? First of all, the web milestone's at 10K spending, so you don't want to spend more than 10K per day. But some of the costs, are quite outlandish for some of the other things. I did end up buying the Dark Diamond, Dark promo credits for 50 for 7,500, like I said. But some of the other things are just so outrageously priced that it's not even worth it. And frankly, T4 ability training modules, 7,500 for 50 is just absolutely insane. Like 50 is not very much. This is 500K gold worth of training modules for 7,500 coins. It's just like you're being slapped in the face. Honestly, this entire store is garbage. But for better or for worse, let's take a look at the spreadsheet to kind of see what might be worth buying. Okay, and so I have here, this is my shiny coin store spreadsheet. Yeah, it's not super beautiful, so my apologies, everyone. I just wanted to break down basically most of the things that are in here. Not everything is listed. There's basically everything from orange gear onwards, like G14 up and things like that. But I've largely only listed things that you probably will need, which I've maybe included from G16 onwards. I think that anything in the orange category, even if you're a low-level player, don't buy it. Just the flat out not worth it. I would just consider buying shards instead. So let's take a look at some of the shards and the costs associated with that. You have basically Captain America, Captain Carter, Extreme X-Men. You have Spider-Man Noir and Ghost Spider. You have Hive Mind. Those are the 4 sets of characters that are listed here in the Shiny Coin store. Now, their costs vary. Now, there's 120 character shards coins per shard, and that's for Captain America, Captain Carter, Gambit, and Carnage. There is quantities of 5, 10, and 15. So I have the total quantities here. For example, so 5 for 600, 10 for 1200, and 15 for 1800. And I actually think that if you need some of these characters, I would buy them as a way to reach that 10k or however whatever you're going to be spending. Because I actually think that for newer and mid game players, it's a fair bit of shards for farmable characters. Yeah, they're farmable, but it's still a good deal, I think, in terms of the amount of shards you're getting for a lower amount of coins. Gambit's pretty good as well. Actually, I would probably say Gambit's probably the best one in there. But Carnage also, if you're still building up Hive Mind, yes, I know these are available in other spaces, but still, I think they're worth picking up if they're there and you need to spend the coins. Where I really do not think that you should be doing it is characters like Nightcrawler, who is apparently some obscene cost of 15 for 22.5k or 10 for 15k is what I meant to say. Not 1500, it's 15k basically. It's insane cost for Nightcrawler. He's the most expensive character on this list. Why? I don't know, because he's fireable. So you would think that actually it would cost more in Hive Mind, but it doesn't. But they're pretty expensive as well. So Gwenom, Red Goblin, and Void Knight are 10 for 11k. However, if you're looking to spend 10k, that's probably the fastest way to do it. You are spending 1k more, unfortunately. It's really hard to get like an exact 10k expenditure just because you only have 3 refreshes every single day to do this unless you core the store, which I don't personally recommend. So it's really hard to spend just 10,000 a day to do the web milestone. And that really depends. Like, I would buy it if you're close to a rank up, but honestly, I think otherwise the deals are pretty bad. And for whatever reason, Spider-Man Noir and Ghost Spider are of different shard value cost than the other characters who are cheaper. Forge and Sunspot are 900 coins per shard. And like I said, the Hive Mind are 1100 per shard, with the exception of Carnage. So take your poison, I guess, if you want to buy the shards. I think that it's easy to do that. So if you need to spend for that, it's okay. It's just the values are not super great. The old characters are actually pretty good value. Like I said, I think if you still need the shards and you're not maxed out, I would actually consider buying them just for that reason alone. Now let's talk about dark promotion credits. Sorry for the zoom in there. I really should have done this beforehand. I did buy them. Why? Because I still need dark promotion credits. It's not necessarily very good value, but I don't think I really need a lot of things on this list, outside of maybe a couple of shards. But so I just decided to do this because it was an easy way to lump spend my coins, if that makes sense, for the web milestone. So I did 50 for 7,500. You can also buy dark diamonds. I think they might rotate in the same spot though, and that's 30 for 9,000 and 40 for 12k. 9k is just under the 10k that you need to spend. I would also consider buying this if they showed up, but I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to refresh the store to find these things. And if you did 40 for 12k, that would be spending more than you should be spending. So I'm trying not to do that. So I don't really like those quantities. Gold promo, silver promo credits. I would not buy any of these, but you can see the values here. 50 for 32.50, 150 for 97.50. Let me know if I've missed any quantities. But I think that these are all the ones that I've personally seen. L4 training modules. Nope. Those are the orange ones. Don't buy that. This is really shit deal in my opinion. The G18 minis, if you're still in that G18 category crunch, I actually would. So these are 10 for 4,500 and 15 for 6,750. They're still awkward numbers if you're trying to spend 10k, but you could probably do this. Like, you're just not going to be able to be picky with what you're buying because there's just only so many refreshes before the web milestone goes away every single day. So that's something that you really need to keep in mind. But otherwise, the price actually isn't too bad if you were to compare like what you'd be spending in gold in the supply store for the same things. G17, you're getting quite a lot. You're almost getting 3.5 times as many G17 minis for the same price as G18. So I would say if you're in that category where you still need them, that's something that you could definitely buy. Beyond that, I really wouldn't consider buying like G16s. I think it's just not worth it at this point in time. You can buy them in the supply store for like a crap ton cheaper. And I think it's okay here. 12 for 1,500 and 20 for 2,500. Again, it might help bridge that gap if you're kind of missing a few things. Like if you need to spend 2k or 2,500 to kind of like get the 10k goal or whatever your milestone goal is, that might be okay there too. But only if you need the G17s. Otherwise, I would try to find something else. The teal uniques is something that I would try to buy whenever possible if you still need those teal uniques. I don't know if they're in bigger quantities than 5. That's the only thing I've seen. I haven't seen anyone else post anything else. So it's 5 for 3,000 or 600 a piece, basically. And this is good value. If there's some teal uniques that show up in the store that you still need to buy, I would definitely buy these. and use them towards that 10k total or whatever milestone total that you're looking to get. And these awakened ability materials are just absolutely outrageous. It's like 800 coins per one. You need 200, I think it is. It's like 50k, sorry, 40k for 50. Like what? What are they even thinking? Like this is just absolute garbage. And it's not hard to get these things in the raid store, especially when you start doing the incursion raids, because and most of these aren't even necessary for the character, honestly. Like it's only for Nova and Black Cat. Just really not very good. So here's a couple of examples of things that you could buy to hit the 10k. Now it's not going to be 10k exact, right? Like it's just for whatever reason, it's very hard to get 10k exact. But for example, 100 dark promotion credits and 5 teal uniques, they get you 10.5k. 50 dark promotion credits and 15 G18 minis, 10.5k. 30 dark diamond credits and 5 teal uniques, 12.5k, a little bit higher. 15 T18 minis and 5 teal uniques plus something small, because the first two are going to get you to like 97.50. That's close. 10 hive mind shards for 11k. It's a little bit more, unfortunately. Like I said, very hard to hit that. I don't even think I've hit that 10k exact mark. 40 dark diamond credits for 12k. 5 nightcrawler shards, terrible value, but 5 teal uniques as well, 10.5k. 10 sunspot and forge shards plus something cheap, because I believe it was 9k, I think, if you buy 10 of these, right? So you just need to kind of make some combination of this stuff, and I will post this as well on the Boilon's resources channel on my Discord in case people want to just take a look at some of this stuff. Sorry, I keep fucking around with the chart here, but it's just a terrible event, I have to say, because I don't like that we're being made to essentially have to spend 10,000 coins every single day to reach this. Yes, I know it would be weird a little bit if it was earn shiny coins, but what they could have done, and this would have been significantly better, is if they actually made it an 8-day web milestone event, earn shiny coins, and then we could spend at our leisure and spend at whatever the hell we want to, and not be forced to have to do this every single goddamn day. I'm sorry, guys. I've been really negative the last couple of days because I think that Scopely's just really shit the bed. Honestly, when it came to the Peter Parker orb mess up, Escape from Kiln being very free to play unfriendly, in my opinion, well, with basically no new content for us to work towards the second time around, and this event being fairly unfriendly, in my opinion, it's just been a bad couple of days in Scopely Land on Marvel Strike Force. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hope some of this helped. Otherwise, to enjoy the week of golden hour, I guess, with this event going on, and Kiln starts tomorrow. So good luck, Commanders, with that. That's the end of this video, everyone, and have a good rest of your whatever evening or day that you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Boilon signing out.